Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to another video from me, SMG for Life 01. Yes, it's been a long time. I haven't done a video in ages, but obviously, look, check it out. I'm in like a crazy, like, sort of winter gear for riding. But yeah, I want to show you this new device I picked up. It's the Rad Power Rad Rhino 6 Plus. Great little device, actually. It's amazing. Only thing is, it's freaking massive and it's super heavy. It's about 30 kilos with the battery, and I think the battery's heavy in itself. Obviously, it's got the motor in the back wheel. Yeah, it's a fat tire bike. You know, it can sort of pretty much go on any sort of terrain. I've been riding it on the roads in London, and I got to say, it's a good little device. I think for London roads, the setup of it is perfect, but it's just a bit too big and a bit heavy. So potentially, with that bike, potentially it'll be turned into. But I don't know. I'm thinking to maybe switch out to a foldable bike. I think that would be a little bit more better for me. But personally, it's a great little bike. I've clocked almost 300 miles on it, which is just from me going from home to work and back. And prior to me even going to work and stuff, I was testing it out around town, clocking about 10 miles doing that. So yeah, it's been a heck of a, but yeah, great little fat tire bike. The only problem is for me is I can get up to about 20 mile per hour on it by pedaling. Obviously, it's pedal assist only because in the UK and EU the laws are really stupid, and you can't use the twist throttle on the actual bike is useless. So it's like literally no point having it. It just pushes you off. Maybe gives you a push to like 2 miles per hour. I'd say even that's just still too slow for my liking. It is dying right now. It's just come back from work. So yeah, it's I think for the money, it's good for like if you're going commuting and stuff. The place where I have to go, I have to take it in the lift to sort of get it into the right place, so I can plug it in and charge it. So I charge it when I'm at work, I ride it, and my watch is actually still on because I'm clocking a ride. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside and I'll talk to you guys when I'm inside. Hey, we're back, and as you guys can see, I'm dressed differently. I'm wearing my cycling gear because I went for a ride on my Specialized Diverge. You guys obviously possibly seen it before, I'm not too sure. Obviously, I bought this bike back in 2020, just the frame and the fork, and I've slowly built it up. I've got loads of parts. I was actually going to convert this to hydraulic disc brakes, but I've just decided now to just go with a fully carbon bike. So I've got the frame, these wheels that I have, which are the Hunt Mason X Hunt wheels. I don't even know what size tires are on there. I think it's 25 mil tires, but potentially in the future I'm going to be going fully carbon wheels. I'm running a 105 crank. Basically everything's 105 apart from the calipers. Everything else is just yeah, I love this bike. I've been riding it for the past obviously 3 years. End of 2020 is when I got the bike set up and I started riding. And I never had the clothes. I was always like on the fence about cycling clothes, but eventually I was like, oh, padded bib shorts. The first thing I bought, I never wore it for like a year. 2021 I started wearing it. 2021 I started wearing bib shorts when I was riding to work, and then I got bib tights, and I've just recently bought these Ravello bib tights. You guys can see Ravello, and they got a zip at the bottom, and I got a Ravello wind sort of jacket. I've got some more stuff coming from Le Cool, so that'll be in the future. I've got these grip grab shoe covers. They're supposed to be waterproof, but underneath isn't. So like all the mud and shit from this ride just soaked up into my shoe. So we've got to sort that out. But yeah, check out the Rad Rhino 6 Plus. This actually is going in to get the brakes serviced. The rear caliper on the back, there's something wrong with it. I have to keep pumping it for it to work, so I'm gonna get that checked out. Front brakes are good, but we're gonna get them checked out anyway. But yeah, fully carbon bike. We're gonna be using the wheels from this bike because my original wheels from this bike I still have, so I'll just put them on. And then I can swap it out. Well, actually, I won't even be able to swap it out because this bike uses quick release and the new bike uses through axle, 12mm through axle. So I had to buy, everything for it. For the wheels, I had to buy the through axles again because I think they came with the through axles, but I'm missing the front through axle adapter. So yeah, all the bits are pretty much here. I got the front derailleur. I bought the rear derailleur. I'm potentially going to change this because this derailleur is an old Tiagra derailleur, so I might change that to 105 because I've got a derailleur lying around, so I might just change it out. I got 105 one, which I don't know why the bike mechanic didn't use. Maybe I didn't give it. I don't know. But I had so much trouble trying to buy a new one, so I've got the new one. I'm going to use it. I've got a Ultegra 8000 R8000 crank set, and everything else is 105. Shifters 105, calipers 105. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun little setup. I've got a seat coming. I didn't get a seat with it, and my feet are frozen, so I need to go inside, but I'm probably going to record when I'm inside. And again, from the phone. This is actually the next day from the previous clip you saw, so yeah, I love this bike. I can't believe I'm changing to another bike, but yeah, hopefully it does justice going full carbon. And I'm just trying to sort out the handlebars. I just bought wind speed handlebars, so let me talk. I'll show you guys the frame when I get inside. Obviously, I was meant to show you guys my my bike frame that I got. However, before I got to record it, I ended up not recording and basically giving it to the bike shop to get set up. So I've got all the parts. I've got Ultegra R8000 crank set. Man, it's fucking hard holding this phone. It's so heavy. So I got R8000 crank set. I think it's 50 by 34. But however, I got offered a fairly decent deal on eBay for another crank set, the same Ultegra R8000 with a power meter on both sides, but it's a giant power meter. So I think it links through their app or whatever, but you can also link it to your Garmin and all that kind of stuff. So I've got a Garmin. Potentially want to change to something else. I'm thinking to go to the Wahoo because it's a lot cheaper than buying a brand new Garmin. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, I'm sort of planning things at the moment. I don't have a actual working bike at the moment. I do, but I haven't ridden those bikes in a while, so I'm not gonna even try and ride them. So my e-bike, obviously the one you've seen, the Rad Rhino, the brakes on the rear are the brakes on the rear aren't working properly, so I dropped it off to a shop, still in warranty. So I dropped it off to the shop to get checked, and they've said that they've needed to order a part. So I don't think I'll be able to, even if I don't have my new bike, I don't think I'm going to be able to ride this upcoming week actually. Just due to the fact because I won't have a running bike. My Specialized Diverge that you guys saw previously, I've put my original wheels that I had on that bike from like last year. I put my original wheels on that bike, but the cassette I have on it is not a 105 cassette, so it doesn't match up. So I wouldn't be able to ride it properly. I wouldn't be able to ride it effectively. So I'm just not gonna. I'm not even gonna touch that bike at all until I get a set of carbon wheels, which are gonna go on my Oro Venturi. The carbon wheels I'm gonna put on. I don't know how much. Like they cost from about 400 and up, and I don't want to spend like £1,000 on wheels. Because then you also have to spend over another £100 to £200 on tires, inner tubes, and all that kind of stuff. I kind of want to stay away from all that. So I'm gonna buy a decent set of like fairly decent wheels. Like Prime is one that I'm looking at now, but I'm also looking at what's the other brand? The Sigma Sports brand, which is Vel. They got a decent deal for about I think £539 for a 60mm deep carbon fiber rim, and also they have their warranty or whatever that they have, crash protection and all that stuff. And potentially I'll get insurance on this bike because I know that it's going to be worth a lot more than my Specialized bike. But yeah, the rad bike, like, definitely a fan of it. Like, it's a good idea. However, for London, I don't think it's the best idea because it's so big. Like, you can't filter with the bike. You can't really go through traffic. If you're next to a bus and another car comes along, mate, you're getting stuck. And it's happened to me. But I just stopped and let the bus go. One time, even a bus cut in front. Oh, I was riding. I didn't want to stop, and the bus it was a bus lane. It was a bike lane into like normal road, and the bus sort of went past me. I was like sort of on the side, and it sort of, as it was passing me, it slowed down, which then meant that I ended up going more forward, and then I sort of cut me off, sort of thing. But yeah, it doesn't matter too much to me, like when any of that happens, and like when people try and cut in front of me, or like, I don't really care. I will cuss them, but I don't really mean anything. Like, I'm just like, you fucking idiot, learn to drive or whatever. But yes, I don't know. But I can't wait for the Oro Venturi. The only thing I'm scared about is the seating position on it is going to be different to my normal Specialized. My Specialized was very much more, I guess, more of a relaxed one. You're sort of more straight, or you're not straight, but you're almost like sort of straight up with your back. Whereas this will be, I guess, more, you'll be leaning forward. Obviously got integrated handlebars, so I can't exactly adjust anything on them. It's gonna be, I think, the drop bars of it, or the drops from the handlebars, are wider. The top is 42mm, or 420mm, and the actual full width of it is, I think, 44 440mm. So I don't know, I was told to go narrow is better, but yeah, I got these for a good deal. I paid £100 for the handlebars. I also got the mount for the GoPro and stuff on here. So I'm gonna probably hook this up when I get the bike back. But I don't have the right equipment to, well, I do have the equipment to install it, but the guy who sent it, he didn't send it with the washers, and I don't want to mess up the handlebar. I don't want to mess up the mount either. So yeah, I guess I can't wait. Like, the reason why I like being on the bike, even in this weather that we have, is outside is probably like -3 or -2 or something. When it's even in this sort of weather, I would still go out on the bike. Last Tuesday I went out. I went through my normal route. However, I think I might have mentioned it in the previous video. I was going through the park, which I normally go through, but the pathway was like icy, so I was trying to go up as much as I could on my bike, and obviously I have more slick tires. I don't have grippy tires, so I ended up, it was slipping. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get off and walk. But even when I was trying to walk on the path, because of the ice, I was still slipping, so I ended up walking in the grass. Ended up in the grass, getting muddy. My cycling shoes got soaked, even though I had cleat covers or covers, shoe covers over it. The base of those shoe covers aren't really waterproof. The top sort of is. So I was kind of like, fuck, my feet are gonna be wet, and I still got like about 10 miles to do, sort of thing. So yeah, literally, I just went and I just kept riding and got through it all. And it wasn't my best ride, because it took an extra 10 minutes for me to walk from the hill of the park in grass and mud to the other side of the park, or to the bit part where it wasn't wet. And then at that point, I had obviously used up energy pushing the bike and walking. So my energy levels were a little bit lower than usual at that point. So it took me extra 10 minutes to get through, and I was just like, I don't want to stay here. And then, yeah, I just pushed through. I just went all the way down, and the day after that, I went out on the rad bike, and I fell because the ice was still there, and I was like, let me test this out on the ice, being stupid, and ended up falling off on the hill. Back wheel sort of slipped out underneath me. The bike fell, hit me in the knee, and my elbow as well, because obviously I used my arm to sort of protect the fall. And yeah, I just got up, pushed the bike up the hill, went in the grass, and just rode the Rad Power bike all the way to work that day and back home. There's nothing wrong with it apart from the brake issue, which I dropped off on Friday to get sorted, but they apparently need to order some part to fix it. So I don't think I'm gonna have a bike for the next couple of days. So hopefully, either those guys can fix my Rad Power bike fairly quickly, or my other bike, the one that's in the shop getting built, can be done. However, I got to install a power meter to it later on. The crank set I did buy was I think it's more of a standard one, whereas the one that's I'm putting on it is more of a compact crank set. So yeah, I'll figure out everything later on. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to update you guys and let you guys know what's going on. I haven't made like videos in a while, so all the videos will get imported soon, and I'll edit them, put them together, and yeah, I guess that's it. See you guys real soon. Peace.